Hello, my friends. Welcome once again to Faith Walk 101. We want to talk about a topic that's rarely talked about fasting. Uh, you know, that thing that doctors ask you to do before you have your physical? Well, we're just going to discuss that and some reasons why. And you might be surprised as we get into this subject. How God speaks to us through through fasting. Well, you know, we live our lives today where it's totally about satisfying our desires and pleasures. We're all about that. Everyone is. You know, I just want to feel good all the time. And if you want to get somebody upset, try to take something from them, right? Because we feel like we deserve everything that we want. You know that a habitual practice of seeking only pleasure in this life, you know, it could lead to a practice of acts of sin, just constantly seeking to be pleased, to please the flesh. And so we're going to talk about some of these things in our next few lessons. So when we always just seek the pleasure of the fleshly, of the flesh, you know, the Bible calls this self-indulgence. And sometimes we'll do that. We'll go on these binges, right? Where we just like one of those days where I just don't care. I'm just going to self-indulge. Well, we really want to avoid things like that. In 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 11, Peter says, abstain from the passions of the flesh, which wage war against the soul. So there's a battle that's taking place with us all, and it's the flesh that has never been saved, and the soul, which is the Spirit is speaking to, and the soul is where we make our decisions. But the flesh always wants to feel good 24/7 without a doubt, and that's where the battle is waging. So this requires us to be able to say no to continuously to the flesh, because the flesh wants a lot of times what's not good for the soul, and that's where the battle takes place. But these lessons that we're talking about, it's about fasting. And so when we talk about fasting, we're focusing on food all the time, but that's not necessarily always the case. The focus on food, but really fasting is about taking our eyes off of the things of this world. Is basically what fasting is about. And it's so easy to get caught up in the things of this world. So by taking our eyes off the things of this world, we can give our attention to Christ. And that's what we want to do. And that's so important. But before we talk about fasting, before we go on any kind of fast, I think prayer has to come first. It has to come first. Fasting and praying. But we want to pray. And we want to look at the reasons why that we want to fast. Like I said in the earlier video, we can say we want to fast and then all we think about is food, right? But why are we going on a fast? Well, we need to start with prayer first. So in these next few lessons, we're going to be talking about fasting. We're going to talk about this temple, the body. And in 1 Corinthians 6 and 19 through 20, on how we should honor this temple, this body. We're going to start there. And you're going to be surprised how all of these things tie in to where fasting should not have to be this big event where all we're thinking about is eating. But I think it's really just turning our focus off of this world, turning our focus to Christ, being mindful of the fact that our bodies is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and how we should be taking care of our bodies. All right, so thank you, my friends. Continue to join us on Faith Walk 101 as we're going to really really dive into depth on fasting.